Good morning, friends. I am Parsuram Shukla, Training Associate Economist, KVS Idayati Bhubaneswar. Welcome to my economics class. Today, I will be discussing with you all Chapter 6 of the Unit 1 of Class 12 Macroeconomics. In this chapter, I will be discussing with you the measurement of national income by income method. I have already discussed in this unit the concept of macroeconomics, circular flow of income, the value-added method of measurement of national income and its related aggregates. If you have not seen my video lessons, you have missed the video lessons. You can see all the video lessons. The link to all these videos are given in the description box given below. Today, I will be discussing with you the methods of calculating national income by income method. The contents to be covered in this chapter: the concept of income method, components of factor income, domestic factor income, steps of income method, precautions of income method. The learning objectives: at this end of this video lesson, you will be able to state the concept of income, classify and state the components of factor income, estimate national income by income method, identify the precautions of income. The method of measurement of national income: in this method, the national income is measured from the side of payments made to the primary factors of production. For example, land, labor, capital and enterprise. These are the primary factors of production, and they are paid in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit for their productive services during a year. Thus, this method calculates national income by taking the sum of factor incomes of all the normal residents of a country earned within and outside the country during the period of 1 year. This method is also called as factor payment method or distributive share method. Components of factor incomes. In national income accounting, factor incomes are broadly classified as under compensation of employees, that is in the form of wages and salaries in cash and in kind, social security contribution by employers. Then the second component is operating surplus. It is in the form of income from property, that is rent, royalty and interest, income from entrepreneurship, that is profit. And the third component, mixed income of the self-employed or mixed income. The compensation of employees is the first component of the domestic factor income. Compensation of employee is a comprehensive term. It includes all types of remunerations accruing to the labor in exchange for the work rendered to production units. An employer gives remuneration to employees in cash, in kind and also by contributing to social security schemes benefiting the employees. Components of compensation of employees. There are two components: wages and salaries. Wages and salaries in cash. It includes payment of wages and salaries in cash, including allowances such as house rent, bonus, commission, etc. Wages and salaries in kind. It includes goods and services provided by the employers to employees like rent-free accommodation, interest-free loans, recreation or holidaying facilities. Social security contribution by employers. These include contribution of employers, not of employees, towards social security schemes like casualty insurance, life insurance, provident fund, gratuity, retirement pension payments, etc. Operating surplus. That is the second component of domestic factor income. Income from property, that is in the form of rent and royalty. First we take the rent. Rent is that part of national income which arises from ownership of land and building. Rental income includes both actual rent, that is rent of let out land, as well as imputed rent of self-occupied properties. Royalty, it refers to income received for granting leasing rights of subsoil assets. For example, owners of mineral deposits like coal, iron ore, oil, natural gas, etc. can earn income by giving rights of mining to the contractors. Interest is the price for the funds borrowed. Interest is included in national income as it is a compensation for the productive services rendered by factor of production called capital, that is money capital. In national income accounting, interest as a factor payment is restricted to payments by the production units only. Income from entrepreneurship, that is profit. Profit is the income of the entrepreneurs for organizing production and undertaking risks. Components of profit. Dividend, that is the first component of profit, is that part of profit which is distributed by the company among shareholders. Corporate profit tax or corporation tax, it is a direct tax which government imposes on the profit income of the company. On distributed profit, the remaining profit after the dividend and corporation tax, the remaining profit income of the company after paying these two, profit tax and dividend, is called the reserve fund, which is known as undistributed profit. Then the third component of domestic factory income is mixed income. It is the income generated by own account workers like farmers, borrowers, etc., and unincorporated enterprises like retail traders, small shopkeepers, etc. It is the term used for any income that includes more than one type of factory. It may best be called the income of the self-employed persons whose income includes wages, rent, interest, and profit, and these elements can be separated from each other. The domestic factory income, that is NDP at factory cost, that is net domestic product at factor cost, can be presented in this flow chart. So there are three components: compensation of employees, operating surplus, and mixed income of the self-employed. Compensation of employees can be broadly classified into wages and salaries in cash and kind, including the deferred wages, employers' contribution towards social security schemes. Operating surplus can be broadly classified into income from property and income from entrepreneurship. Income from property can be classified into rent, royalty, and interest, and income from entrepreneurship is the profit. And the third component is mixed income of the self-employed persons. Note, for your simplification of your understanding, you note all these things. Factory incomes generated within the domestic territory of a country taken together constitute net domestic product at factor cost, or simply domestic income. Thus, we must remember the following: domestic income, that is compensation of employees plus operating surplus plus mixed income of the self-employed. Compensation of employees is equal to wages and salaries in cash plus wages and salaries in kind and plus employers' contributions to social security schemes. Operating surplus can be income from property and income from entrepreneurship, that is income from property is rent plus royalty plus interest and plus profit, that is income from entrepreneurship. And profit, as you know, you have to remember that profit is categorized into dividends, corporate tax, and undistributed profit. All these taken together can also be the profit. Then steps of the income method. The step 1, all producing enterprises employing various factors of production are identified and classified broadly into three categories: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. These are already discussed. These sectors have already been discussed in value-added method. Then the step 2, estimate factory incomes paid out by each industrial sector. Take the sum of compensation of employees, rent and royalty, interest, profit. So this rent and royalty, interest and profit are income from property and entrepreneurship, that is operating surplus. Then the third component was mixed income by the self-employed persons. So mixed income paid by each industrial sector. So all these are to be taken to get the net domestic product at factor cost. Step 3, estimate the net domestic product at factor cost. Then the factory incomes paid out by all the industrial sectors are summed up to arrive at NDP at factor cost. The sum total of these factor payments represents the contribution of the sector to domestic factory income and equals net value added at factor cost, that is NDP, that is net domestic product at factor cost, which can be summed up in this way: compensation of employees plus rent and royalty plus interest, that is operating surplus, and plus mixed income. Step 4, after getting the net domestic product at factor cost, that is the domestic income, we have to add the net factory income from abroad to get the national income. So national income can be calculated by adding net factory income from abroad to domestic factory income, that is NDP at factor cost plus NFIA is equal to NNP at factor cost, which is known as national income. Other aggregates can be found out. Other aggregates like in the domestic income, that is NDPFC, GDPMP and GDPFC. And in national income, NNPMP, GNPMP and GNPFC can also be calculated by using depreciation, net indirect taxes and NFIA. For example, net domestic product at market price is equal to what? The net domestic product at factor cost plus net indirect taxes. This was discussed in related aggregates, national income and related aggregates in earlier video lessons. GDPMP is equal to NDPMP plus depreciation. That is, gross value can be found out from the net plus depreciation. GDPFC, that is NDPFC plus depreciation. For example, NNPMP is equal to NNPFC plus net indirect taxes. That is, net national product at market price can be found out from this NNPFC. So by adding net indirect taxes. GNPMP, NNPMP minus depreciation, gross minus depreciation is equal to net. So GNPFC is equal to NNPFC plus depreciation. So precautions for the income method. For correct estimation of national income by income method, following precautions need to be taken. We have to avoid the transfer income because transfer income does not contribute anything to the flow of goods and services. It is a unilateral payment. And avoid the capital gains. Capital gains are the income for the individuals from the debentures and shares, etc. So it cannot be a part of national income. Include income from self-consumed output. So that is, suppose a owner has his own house and he is remaining or he is staying in his own house. So that can be included in the value of that can be included. That is, value of that house building's rent can be included in the national income. That is the imputed value. Include free services provided by the owners of the production units. So the owners of the production units during the production process contribute so many things to the production process. That is, he may contribute his own labor, he may contribute his own capital, he may use his own building or land for the purpose of production units. So it can be included. That is, the value of imputed values of all those services can be included in the national income. Do not include the self-consumed domestic services. Domestic services which are a part of our day-to-day activities and it is contributing to the production, but it cannot be included in the national income accounting because there may be statistical problem to account all these services. Income from illegal activities like black marketing, theft, corruption, etc. So the income from all those activities should not be a part of the national income because it cannot be accounted for because these are illegal activities. Windfall gains are not included. The income from lotteries cannot be included in the national income because they are declared as illegal. Income from the sale of second-hand goods not included because the second-hand goods already their value have been included when they were purchased, they were produced, they were sold in the year in which they were produced. Indirect taxes can be a part of national income when the national income is measured at market price because indirect taxes increases the price. And indirect taxes should be subtracted when we are estimating the national income value at factor cost. Corporate tax and income tax should not be included separately because corporation tax is a part of profit. It is already included there in the operating surplus. Income tax is also included in the compensation of employees. So separately it should not be included in the calculation of national income. Death duties, gift tax and wealth tax are not to be included in the national income accounting because they are not paid from the current income, rather they are paid from the past savings or the wealth. So there is a class test for all of you. Please see this test. I will request you to open your notebook and note down the answer to the question and later on you verify the answer which I will be giving you at towards the end of this session. So you see which of the following as a part of the compensation of employees. So you see these options. Then which of the following is a component of operating surplus. You see these options. Then which one of the following is included in national income. So out of these which one to be included in the national income. Which one of the following is included in domestic factory income. You see the options. Operating surplus is, out of these, which one is operating surplus? Which one is component of profit? You see all these four, and which one is the component of profit? Which of the following is not included in compensation of employees? So out of these four options, you see, national income includes, which one to be included in the national income? The sum total of all factory incomes received by all factors of production is, so out of these, which one is the sum total of all factory incomes received by all factors of production? Which of the following is not a transfer payment? So out of these, which one is not a transfer payment? The answer of this class test, you see the answer and check your answer with these answer. So you see which of the following is a part of the compensation of employees. So employers' contribution to social security scheme is a part of the employee. That is why I have written over here the option marked in the red color is the answer. Which of the following is a component of operating surplus? So dividend is a component of operating surplus. All others are not. Which one of the following is included in national income? Corporate tax is included in the national income. Which one of the following is included in domestic factory income? You see, salary is paid by foreign companies located in India. So is a part of domestic factory income. Already this was discussed in domestic territory concept in earlier video lessons. Operating surplus is equal to what? Now profit plus rent plus interest plus royalty. Which one is a component of profit? All these are component of profit, all the above. Which of the following is not included in compensation of employees? Employees' contribution to social security scheme is not included in the compensation of employees. National income includes factory income. Then sum total of all factory incomes received by all factors of production is net domestic product at factory cost. Which of the following is not a transfer payment? All the above. These are not transfer payment because they are the factory incomes. Numerical questions, some numerical questions also for your understanding, to clarify the doubts or to clarify the concepts. You see the questions. Estimate the compensation of employees from the following data. Calculate operating surplus. Calculate NDP at factory cost, operating surplus and compensation of employees. You see the solutions. This is a practice for you. Estimate the compensation of employees. You see, compensation of employees equal to the wages and salaries received by the staff and value of free medical services, that is wages and salaries in kind. Number 4, employers' contribution to social state insurance fund. Number 5, commission received by the workers in sales department. Interest-free loans, that is number 6. Value of subsidized food. So these are the wages in kind actually. So if you add all these, you get which one is not included here? Not traveling allowance paid to the staff is not included. Then calculate the operating surplus. You see here the GDP at market price is given. From GDP at market price, if you deduct the depreciation, so you get the NDP at market price. So NDP at market price, from this if you deduct the net indirect tax, that is indirect tax minus subsidies, here it is bifurcated in this way. So you have to, from market price, indirect tax if you deduct, then you will get the factor cost, and subsidies are to be included in the factor cost. So NDP at factor cost is arrived at. So after NDP at you arrive at the NDP at factor cost, you see the operating surplus will be found out in this question. So NDP at factor cost minus compensation employees minus mixed income is equal to operating surplus. So this is the way to get the answer. Then calculate NDP at factor cost and operating surplus and compensation employees from the following data. So you see here how it has been done. NDP at factor cost, now compensation employees, that is wages and salaries, employers' contribution to social security scheme, operating surplus plus mixed income. So all these are included here. So you see rent, royalty, interest, wages and salaries, profit, mixed income, depreciation will not be included because it is net value concept. Employers' contribution to social security scheme is also part of compensation employee. So it is like that. Actually, if you are clear, then you can find out in this way. Then operating surplus, that is item number 1, rent, royalty, interest, 1, 2, 3. Then profit is also there. You have to operating surplus is 4. you see I'll say it in this way. Compensation of employees, you see wages and salaries is a part of compensation of employees, and employers' contribution to social security scheme is a part of compensation of employees. That is why these two are added. So like this you have to practice. Then all of you, some questions are given in the homework. What is the difference between rent and royalty? What is meant by compensation of employees? State its two components. Explain the concept of mixed income. What is operating surplus? State and explain the steps of income method. What are the precautions need to be taken while estimating national income using income method? When the value of NDP at factor cost will be equal to NDP at market price. So questions are given in this way: 1 mark, 3 marks, 4 marks, like that, because these are the pattern of questions asked in the board examinations. See you all in my next video on the chapter national income, methods of calculating national income by expenditure method. Please give your feedback. Please give your feedback to my mail ID parsuram.shukla@gmail.com, and my WhatsApp number is given 9938649454. I hope you are benefited by these educational videos. So kindly like, share and subscribe so that next videos reach you immediately. Thank you for watching my video.